Hi everyone, I'm Liz Rodriguez, the instructor for the Center for Teaching and Learning's Hybrid Teaching course, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you. I wanted to take this opportunity to walk you through our online course space and also our syllabus so that we're all on the same page about expectations for the next 6 weeks. So let's take a look at our online course space, which is Desire to Learn Daylight. As I explained in an email that I sent out to all of you, D2L is undergoing an upgrade at the end of the year, and so in order to start that transition, the CTL is teaching all of our courses in this test site. Now what that means is it doesn't communicate with D2L that you're using right now to teach. It is totally separate, students are not in it, so we have the opportunity to play around and experiment without it affecting our day-to-day work at all. What you're looking at right now is my home page, and I recommend that you pin our course so that it's easy to find. You can do that by, this should say pin. If it were unpinned, you can pin it to your home page that way. And I would also recommend doing that for your master course shell, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but you'll be doing some of your work for this course in. Now this is our course space where we'll be doing about half of our work, probably more than half, given we're only meeting once a week for an hour, either Tuesdays or Fridays. All of those details are spelled out right here in this first announcement, which I highly recommend that you really pay attention to these announcements, because this is where I put information that I really want to get in front of you. Make sure, if you can't see announcements, that it is not, that your widget isn't collapsed. Like, here, I'm trying to collapse it to show you. Like that. Once you dismiss an announcement like that, you can always see previous announcements by clicking on that announcement hyperlink. Now let's take a look at the Content tab, which is where I always recommend that you go in order to see what you have to do on a week-to-week basis. So we're in session 1 right now, and I open up every session at 9 a.m. On the Monday that session begins. And the reason for that is so that I can continue to tailor the materials in the course to our previous conversations. This is a course that has been taught over many years with many instructors and iterated upon, so we're all tweaking it as we go. So I want to have that flexibility and be able to tailor things to your needs, especially when it comes to discussion questions, which is why I do hold everything back until the week that we begin a session. So the most important thing for you to take a look at in each session, or at least the first thing, is this checklist, which spells out every single thing that's expected of you. So you're always going to have a face-to-face session, except for the week of Thanksgiving. I won't be holding sessions. Instead, I'll offer individual meetings for anybody who wants to take advantage of that, but it's not required. You'll also have a discussion post each week. You are asked to post your initial response by Wednesday so that we can get the conversation going, and then to respond to one other person on the discussion board by the end of the week. And it really does help if you try to work a little bit on the course each day during the week rather than saving it all for the weekend. The reason for that is it's going to become a real drag on the weekends to have to pour through everyone's posts, but also my hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 until 4:30. So I do try to check in on the course at least once each day during the weekend, but I will have limited availability to do that. So if you need help from me, the week is the best time to do that. This week you're also asked to submit a request for a master course shell if you don't already have one in this course space. And if you've never used one before, a master course shell is a space that always belongs to you to house a course's materials in. The CTL is supposed to delete course shells on a rolling basis, the ones that you actually teach in. So the safest place to build a course is in your master course shell, which is also where you'll be completing assignments for this course. So if you don't have one, you can request one from the CTL, and you can do that at any time for any course, not even just for what we're doing in our hybrid teaching. I've also indicated on these checklists where you need to complete the assignment, because it might get a little bit confusing because we're doing our work together in this online course space, but then you're also building things separately in your hybrid, in your master course shell. So in order to keep track of that, I've tried to link, if it's something you have to do in our course together, I've tried to link it on the checklist. But if it's something you have to do on your own, in your own master shell, I've indicated it there. So let's jump back to the content page. And you'll notice that each session or each week or each module, and I use those terms interchangeably, each one begins with that checklist and then has folders for you which contain the instructional materials for the week under Read and Watch, and then the assignments that are expected of you. And the assignments PDF in particular is important because it spells out in more detail those items that are on the checklist. So this is just another way of giving you more information about what you need to do. And then the final folder has additional resources and readings, and these are always optional. They might help you, they might not, so please do take advantage of these as they align with your interests. Next, I wanted to take a look at the syllabus, which is in session 0. And on the syllabus, you can find my contact information. Email is the best way to get a hold of me. You can also call my office, or you can stop by in the CTL Library 312, the back of the 3rd floor. And unless I'm teaching or giving a workshop, I'm in this office, so if you would like to have a one-on-one session, I'm always happy to do that. There is no text that's required for this course, but there is the expectation that you do know how to do the basic tasks on D2L. Things like discussion boards, quizzes, rubrics, and if you need a refresher, this website, neiuctl.weebly.com, has dozens and dozens of guides to help you. And they're in the process of being updated for Daylight, so the screenshots that walk you through might look a little bit different, but they all still are functional because the upgrade in D2L Daylight is largely aesthetic, more so than functional. So returning to the syllabus, we have all of our course objectives and the tasks that you will be asked to do. So this will give you an idea of things that you need to brush up on as necessary. Our schedule of topics and assessments breaks things down week by week, so these are the things we'll be talking about both online and in person. And these are the assessments. And then I have a breakdown of all of the points values of each category of assignment. And I don't break things down assignment by assignment because, as you'll learn, as you prepare your own materials for hybrid teaching and online teaching, it's not a good idea to put really granular details in these materials that will change on a semester-to-semester basis, because if you change one thing, you have to remember to change it in multiple places if you add that information all over the place. So this gives you an idea of the relative weights of each category of assignment, and you see that actually designing your activities and your course have the highest weight, and building those things. Planning them and building them are where you should really focus your attention. But if you want to know the points values of individual items, you can just click on the Grades tab, and you see a breakdown of everything. So our in-person and online discussions are each worth 30 points, and then the course planning and build activities have variable points. So jumping back to the syllabus, I just wanted to return to my grading policy, particularly my late work policy, because I know that we're all really busy teaching and have a lot of responsibilities on campus and at home. I'm really flexible when it comes to due dates, but I do ask that you not ever get more than a week behind in the course, and that's especially important when it comes to discussions, because once the class has moved on from a discussion, there's really not a whole lot that people are going to get out of your contributions if you're doing that late in the course. So try to stay on top of things, and please do reach out if you need help getting to where you need to be or getting caught up. All right. right, well, I think that's everything. Please do get in touch with me once again if you have any questions, and thank you so much for signing up for this course. I'm really looking forward to working with all of you, and we'll see you this week.